Hello, everyone. It is Monday night, June 24th, exactly 11 p.m., and welcome into tonight's video weather discussion here, where we're going to have an update on severe weather chances coming up for the state as we head from anywhere from Tuesday morning, which is tomorrow, all the way through the day on Tuesday, and then Tuesday night, and even perhaps even lingering into Wednesday morning across portions of the state. But to kick things off tonight, we have seen some surprise showers and thunderstorms across northeastern Illinois this evening. Now, we really were not expecting really any precipitation this evening or early tonight across northern Illinois, but as we always say, the weather will do what it wants to do. And this is the case tonight. Like I said, as you can see here on the radar, we do have a small cluster of showers and thunderstorms. This actually originated back in southern Minnesota earlier this afternoon, and this complex has moved from southern Minnesota across southern Wisconsin, and now over the past several hours this evening here has been affecting portions of northern into northeastern Illinois here, as you can see, with some shower and thunderstorm activity. Now, the Storm Prediction Center did issue a severe thunderstorm watch for portions of northern Illinois earlier this evening. However, when they issued that watch, there was a lot of uncertainty with it, quite frankly, and really things didn't appear as though as they would warrant a severe thunderstorm watch issuance. So it was a little bit surprising that we did get a severe thunderstorm watch issued by the Storm Prediction Center. It didn't look like it was going to be needed, and here we are at 11 o'clock tonight, and we haven't had any severe weather across northern Illinois at all so far. However, as we go through the next several hours, we're going to continue to see some redevelopment here of some shower and thunderstorm activity here with this cluster moving through. What we're having happen now is there's a warm front that's lifting northeastward, and as that warm front is lifting northeastward, we're also seeing the low-level jet start to increase as we head through the evening and into tonight. That's something that always happens at this time of day during the evening and nighttime hours. The low-level jet, which is just aloft off of the surface, increases around this time of night. So that's going to help happen. It's going to help to allow for some redevelopment of showers and thunderstorms across this area over at least the next several hours here. So if you are in southern Wisconsin and parts of northeastern Illinois, do not be surprised if you see some additional showers and thunderstorms over the next several hours here as we move forward through the overnight hours. Now, in terms of severe weather threat, still not looking at, big severe weather threat within any of this activity. I wouldn't rule out an isolated severe weather threat continuing tonight across southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois, but it doesn't look like any sort of widespread or organized severe weather activity will come out of this. It should just remain an isolated severe weather threat across parts of northern Illinois up into southern Wisconsin as this activity continues to redevelop over the same areas here over the next couple of hours. Now, as I pull the radar out here, we're going to do a large, wide view of the radar here, if it will allow me to do so. So here's a wide view of the radar. Once again, as you can see here, the shower and thunderstorm activity moving across southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois. That'll continue for the next several hours. Maybe, perhaps an isolated severe weather threat along with it. Now, the other thing we're focusing in on is this big blob here at the top of the screen. That is recent development of showers, thunderstorms, even a couple of severe thunderstorms right up there along the Wisconsin-Minnesota border to the south of the Duluth area up in the northern Wisconsin. What is expected to happen is this area is expected to develop into a big complex, which is known as an MCS, a mesoscale convective system. That's what this activity is going to develop into up there. And as it does so, it is likely to start to turn and then eventually track towards the southeast as it rides in the vicinity of the warm front and in the vicinity of the instability gradient, because right now we have an area of low pressure moving through the Minnesota area, and there is that trailing warm front, and along and to the south of that warm front is very humid, moist air with a lot of instability. So what is expected to happen is this complex developing up here in northern Wisconsin eventually with time is going to start to turn off towards the southeast. So as it does so, as we get into the very early morning hours of Tuesday, perhaps as early as 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning, but maybe just a little after that, this complex up here, as it turns southeastward, the tail end of it may clip portions of northern Illinois, and if it doesn't clip portions of northern Illinois with a boundary moving through with it, we may actually see a little bit of development across portions of northern Illinois as well. So that's our first focus right now, is that complex in northern Wisconsin perhaps clipping or allowing for some development of thunderstorms during the morning hours on Tuesday across parts of northern Illinois. Like I said, it could be as early as 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning, but perhaps a little bit closer to the morning rush hour, we could have some showers and thunderstorms meandering and traversing portions of northern Illinois with this next round of activity. Like I said, that'll move towards the southeast. Could see an isolated severe weather threat with some of that activity as well. And I could actually show you here what could happen with that activity. So here's one of the weather forecast models. I'm going to show you the HRRR model here. And as you can see, as I pointed out on the radar, this big area across northern Wisconsin of showers and thunderstorms, we're expecting that to grow upscale into what is known as an MCS, a mesoscale convective system. That's just a fancy word for a big organized complex of thunderstorms, some of which will likely be severe. So as I move forward into time here, you're going to notice this complex is going to turn eventually and start to turn off towards the southeast here. And as I go forward into time here, you could see some of that eventually clips northern Illinois, and we also see some development of what will be a boundary extending from that complex of rain thunderstorms and severe thunderstorms. So that's why I'm saying if you're across northern Illinois, we could see another round of potential showers and thunderstorms during the Tuesday morning time frame, and there is the potential for some isolated severe weather with some of that activity. Now, as we head through the morning and into the middle of the day, some of that activity from the morning, whether it's isolated or scattered showers and thunderstorms with maybe an isolated severe weather potential, some of that actually may linger into the middle of the day as it moves down into southern Illinois, and it still could hold a severe weather threat with it. Then the focus during the day on Tuesday is going to be kind of a frontal boundary that's going to kind of be laying just like this. By the time we get to Tuesday morning, there's going to be a frontal boundary like that. South of the frontal boundary, there's going to be a lot of moist air, hot temperatures, instability in place, and what we're going to look for is in the vicinity, whether it be along or south of that frontal boundary, we're going to look for a renewed chance of shower thunderstorm development Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday evening. Some of that activity will be severe, and once it develops across that area, once it develops out here across this area, it will move off generally in a southeasterly direction, and it will, as you can see, affect portions of the state as we move through Tuesday evening, even here as we go through Tuesday night, and this is lingering on even into Wednesday morning across portions of the state here. So, with that said, let's look at our updated severe weather forecast. So this forecast is for early Tuesday morning through early Wednesday morning. As you can see here on the legend here on the top of the forecast graphic, anywhere from 4 a.m. Tuesday morning all the way through about 5 a.m. Wednesday morning. So this is very early Tuesday morning through very early Wednesday morning. This graphic is valid for here. And as you can see, we have a level 1 severe thunderstorm risk across parts of northern down into parts of southern Illinois here. That level 1 severe thunderstorm risk means isolated severe thunderstorms will be possible across that area. Then you will see this large area here across pretty much the heart of the state of Illinois, from the Quad Cities through Quincy, St. Louis, and many of the central Illinois towns here. That is a level 2 severe thunderstorm risk. That means slightly increased coverage of severe weather will be possible, more on the order of widely scattered severe thunderstorms across this area. And as we head into the day tomorrow, it is not going to be surprising if we may have to upgrade some area some area here, it might not be surprising if we may have to upgrade to a level 3 risk for some areas, but we'll figure that out in the morning on the next update. Another thing you'll notice here is this area, what we call hatching. These little dotted lines are called hatching, and as you can see at the legend on the bottom of the screen, that signifies where there could be some significant severe weather. And if you look down here at the description of what that means here, this means conditions are going to be favorable in that hatched corridor for some significant severe thunderstorms. In the case of this significant severe weather situation, it could be damaging winds in excess of 75 miles per hour or corridors of widespread, significant, or concentrated wind damage in that hatched corridor. So there could be some significant severe storms out there across west central Illinois, from the Quad Cities down through Quincy and other portions of western Illinois here on Tuesday. So Tuesday could potentially be an active day, anywhere from the very early wee hours of the morning, maybe even before sunrise on Tuesday. Things kick off across parts of northern Illinois, and then much more of the state will get involved as we head through the daytime hours on Tuesday into Tuesday night, and some of this activity may even linger across portions of the state even into very early Wednesday morning. Now, regarding the risks for Tuesday, damaging winds will be the highest and greatest risk for Tuesday, secondary risk of some large hail, and then also wouldn't totally rule out a tornado threat either, but by far damaging winds do appear to be the greatest risk with the severe weather threat coming in here from, like I said, very early Tuesday morning, perhaps into late Tuesday night late Tuesday night or early Wednesday morning as well, as it looks at this point in time. All right, here, so let's jump and dive into the video chat here tonight. Everyone tuning in on both YouTube and Facebook tonight, let's get to some of those comments and questions. Deborah, thank you for tuning in tonight. Jessica mentioning you're getting a thunderstorm in the Montgomery area right now. That's near the Aurora area in northeastern Illinois. Angelica tuning in from Naperville, wondering if you could sleep. You hate sleeping with the threat of bad weather. You're going to get some showers and thunderstorms overnight tonight. Like I said, in the Naperville area, you have some not far from you right now. However, the severe weather threat for tonight, over the next several hours at least, is going to remain more on the isolated side. If we do see a severe thunderstorm across northern Illinois over the next couple of hours, an isolated severe thunderstorm, it'll be mainly for damaging winds or hail. That'll be the main threat if we do see an isolated severe thunderstorm for tonight. But the better risk for severe weather will really start to increase, like I said, early Tuesday morning, perhaps a little bit before sunrise across northern Illinois, and then continuing through all of Tuesday across the state and into Tuesday night as well. Thomas checking in from McChesney Park. You've had a little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity near you this evening. Could still see a little activity over the next couple of hours, and we'll see what happens in your general vicinity as we head into Tuesday. Mora checking in from the DeKalb area. You have some showers and thunderstorms in your area right now, actually. Nothing severe at this time. Isolated severe weather risk maybe the next couple of hours, and then we'll also watch Tuesday morning and into Tuesday afternoon as well. Mr. Davis, how's it going tonight? Checking in from YouTube. Yes, we have now bumped up the risk in Bloomington to a level 2 risk for Tuesday, as you can see here. So good bet of showers and thunderstorms, and definitely could see a severe weather threat with some of that activity. Melissa checking in from Plano tonight, mentioning you got some storms going on around your area as well. Yes, you do. And actually, let's go back to the current radar again, just to give you an idea of what we have going on right now, while I answer some of these comments and questions here. Katie mentioning a storm chaser from the Muscatine County area, saying that a derecho is possible. There was some talk from other sources that we could have seen a derecho tonight across parts of Wisconsin down into northern Illinois. It's definitely not looking like that's going to be the case, at least across Illinois tonight. Definitely not looking likely at this point in time. Angelica checking in from Naperville. Yes, some showers and thunderstorms not far from your area right now, actually. Wouldn't totally rule out the outside chance of an isolated severe thunderstorm tonight, but you could have more thunderstorms in the morning and afternoon hours in your area, maybe a severe weather risk with some of that area. Margot checking in from Carroll County. Wouldn't rule out the chance for a shower or thunderstorm tonight. Probably not a severe weather threat tonight in your area. That'll more so be during the morning into the afternoon and evening hours tomorrow. Katie, same thing for you tonight in the Mendota area. That's LaSalle County. Maybe an isolated shower or thunderstorm tonight. And then better chance in the morning into the afternoon hours. Maybe a severe weather threat with that. Let's see here. Jillian checking in from Joliet, mentioning you're getting a good downpour right now. Deborah checking in regarding travel to the Wisconsin Dells Wednesday morning. The main severe weather chances and the good thunderstorm chances should be over prior or at least to around sunrise Wednesday morning. There might be a couple lingering showers continuing later into the morning, but the worst of the weather should be over by around sunrise Wednesday morning across the state. Continuing on here, Marlene checking in from DeKalb, getting some rain in your area right now. Yes, Ashley, there's a thunderstorm in the DeKalb area right now. Joe checking in from Plainfield tonight with some rain. Maria checking in from Sycamore with some impressive lightning. Yes, some of the thunderstorms across northeastern Illinois this evening have been producing some great lightning displays. Continuing on here, Morella checking in from Bartlett. Yes, showers, thunderstorms tonight, isolated severe weather threat, more chance into the morning and afternoon hours on Tuesday. Alina checking in north of Cook County, wondering if there's anything heavy expected tonight or in the morning. You'll get some showers and thunderstorms in that area tonight and into the morning and perhaps even into the afternoon tomorrow. There could be some severe weather threat with that activity. Patricia checking in, getting some of the thunderstorms tonight down in Plano. Marie checking in from Wilmington. Yes, some showers, thunderstorms actually going to be moving your way, at least near you here very shortly. Wouldn't rule out an isolated severe weather threat with some of that activity. And then you could see some more activity during the morning and into the afternoon on Tuesday. Same goes for Erica, Crystal Lake. You've been dealing with some showers and thunderstorms this evening and will continue into tonight now. Isolated severe weather risk. And then could see some additional activity Tuesday morning into Tuesday afternoon as well. Billy, if you're saying we're inaccurate, why are you on the video right now? Why do you even follow us? Always ask the same question to those people that always complain. Why do you even follow us if you want to complain? Don't you have anything better to do? Looks like you have a child. Go take care of your child. Have fun with the kid instead of being on Facebook here complaining about a weather page. Jalal, I know you told me how to pronounce your name correctly before, and I don't remember because it was so long ago, but you're in Freeport, and you're looking for around 3 a.m. It is possible we could see another round early morning, maybe pre-dawn to around the dawn hours Tuesday morning, perhaps as far west as your area. So I'd say maybe the isolated chance of a shower or thunderstorm around your area during that time. Aiden checking in from Pontiac area. We have some showers and thunderstorms north of your area right now. We'll see if they get as far south of your area tonight. They may just stay a little bit north of your area. A better chance, though, Tuesday morning through Tuesday evening for some showers, thunderstorms, even a severe weather threat for your area. Laura checking in from down in western Illinois, the Jacksonville area, I guess central western Illinois, if you want to say that area there. You will see shower and thunderstorm chances increased during the afternoon into the nighttime hours on Tuesday, and you definitely could have a severe weather threat in your area. We have you folks down there in the Jacksonville area, even the Quincy area just to your west, under a level 2 severe thunderstorm risk for your Tuesday. Patricia checking in Kane County. Outside chance of an isolated severe thunderstorm tonight, and then isolated severe thunderstorm potential tomorrow morning into tomorrow afternoon. James checking in from Shabana tonight. You have some storms in your area right now. I'm sure you're getting a pretty good light show at this point in time. Brett checking in, wondering about those storms up there in Minnesota and Wisconsin, wondering if they're going to come down this way. So let me go back to the wide view here to show you what he is asking about here. So we do have this big complex of rain and thunderstorms up here. It's more so now in northern Wisconsin, and what is expected to happen is this big complex is going to organize and eventually going to turn off towards the southeast, and as it does so, it may clip parts of northeastern Illinois during the very early morning hours on Tuesday. And along a outflow boundary cold front kind of deal, we may see some development also Tuesday morning across northern Illinois. So it is possible either that complex across northern Wisconsin may clip northeastern Illinois or send a boundary out, sort of maybe an outflow boundary cold front kind of deal that could lead to some development across northern Illinois Tuesday morning, early Tuesday morning, perhaps as early as 3 to 4 in the morning, but more so into the rush hour time period, sunrise time period as well. We'll be looking at some activity maybe moving in or developing across northern Illinois, maybe severe weather threat with some of that activity as well. And Patricia asking about that 4 a.m. time frame around the O'Hare area. Wouldn't rule out some showers and thunderstorms around that time or slightly after. Maybe isolated severe weather threat with that activity as well. Same goes for Sean in Plainfield. Pretty much anywhere across northern Illinois. I see Sean in Plainfield, Angelo in Forest Park. We do have several of you tuning in, I should say, from northern Illinois, the Chicago metro area. Like I said, we do have showers and thunderstorms moving through this evening and now tonight. The next couple of hours, could continue to see some showers, thunderstorms, isolated severe weather threat. And then as we head into the morning, afternoon, maybe another round or so. Here's an interesting question from Braden. Do these storms in northern Illinois tonight lessen the threat for the morning? No, not at all. When you're dealing with overnight activity, especially with a low-level jet in place, really the concern with this activity moving across southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois right now, no, it is not expected to affect any potential, during the morning hours on Tuesday here. So now, one thing that could throw a wrench in that is if we continue to see consistent redevelopment overnight tonight. So there's a decent low-level jet, like I said, that is developing tonight. So if we continue to see redevelopment over the same areas over and over again all night long, and as this complex dives southeastward, then it could have some sort of effect on the threat across northern Illinois. But that's, that's just a possibility. It's not a likelihood. We'll have to see how it evolves overnight here tonight. All right. It's not Jala, it's J-Li. I really need to remember that for last time when you tune in there from northwestern Illinois. I'll try to remember it for next time. I knew you corrected me once before. I think it was like a month or so ago. But I couldn't remember how it was pronounced, so it's Jayla. Thank you for that. Tuning in there from northwestern Illinois. Patty checking in from Plainfield, getting lots of thunder and lightning, but no rain yet. Let's tune back in here to the local radar here. And you can see as this radar goes in motion, we have new development out here near the DeKalb, Kane County areas, even down into the Kendall County area right now. Even a little bit of new development you could see pop up here near Madison, Wisconsin. So that's what we're watching for here. The low-level jet is bringing in moist, unstable air here from the south, and as it does so, it's crossing a warm front and outflow boundary that is kind of sitting in place. The warm front was lifting off towards the north, But now as these storms continue to track over the same area, they're kind of pushing some rain-cooled air southward. So you have the warm front trying to lift north, that outflow trying to scoot south a little bit. And as it does so, we have this warm, moist air that's lifting up over it with that low-level jet in place. And that's why we're kind of seeing this activity re-flare up a little bit here across parts of northern and central Illinois. And we could continue to see that, like I said, over the next several hours tonight. As long as that low-level jet is still in place here, we could continue to see some activity develop in the vicinity of that frontal boundary here that's in place across parts of northern and central Illinois. Like I said, not expecting a big or widespread severe weather threat the next several hours here tonight, but could most definitely see an isolated severe weather threat continuing with some of this activity here. And without a doubt, showers, thunderstorms, and a good light show for some areas as well continuing. Aaron wondering why the weather is always wrong. That is because the weather will do what it wants all the time. And I did see your comment that you were saying you were just playing. But no, for real, the weather does what it wants. You know, we have computer models that give us information. We watch the real-time observations. You know, there's weather observation states at most airports. Those are the official weather observation stations. Usually they're placed at most airports, whether it be a small municipal airport, like Rochelle Airport out there in the Lee-Ogle County, DeKalb County area, or if it's bigger airport like O'Hare Airport. All those airports have observation sites, so that's why we know what the temperature is everywhere. We know what the dew point is at all of those airports. So we have surface information, and then we get our upper air information from those weather balloons. But the weather balloons are only, lifted off at select areas across the United States. And there's just not enough of weather balloon information to get a real good handle of what's always going on in the atmosphere. So we rely on estimates from satellite data and other information, and that all gets ingested into the weather models and they print out their forecast. Well, if they get incorrect information from weather balloons sometimes, or they don't have enough information from between where those weather observation sites are or between where the weather balloons are set off at, they won't be able to give you an accurate forecast. So when we are wrong, we're wrong because the weather models are wrong. That's just how it works here. Yes, sometimes things change on the fly and at the last minute. For example, like tonight, we did not expect showers and thunderstorms this evening across northern Illinois. Really, none of the weather models showed it, and there was really no good-looking disturbance moving through the region that looked to set off that activity that would at least make it down here into Illinois. Yes, we were expecting widespread thunderstorms and severe weather across Minnesota and Wisconsin, but for this evening into early tonight, it really wasn't expected across northern Illinois. But lo and behold, here we are now approaching 11:30 tonight, and for the past couple of hours, we've had showers and thunderstorms across parts of northern Illinois. So that's just how it works, whether it be during the summer, the warm season with severe weather and thunderstorms, or you know how it works in the winter too, when we're getting a snowstorm and it changes at the last minute and you go from expecting 8 inches of snow to only ending up with 1 inch of snow. The weather will always do what it wants to do. We have no control over it, even though some people think we do. We don't have any control over it. When we are wrong, it is because the weather models are wrong. Now, I put a disclaimer on that because sometimes people forecast, I think, more so along the lines of what they want to happen, or they try to get a little bit too fancy. Not to throw the Storm Prediction Center under the bus, but that severe thunderstorm watch, like I said, across northern Illinois tonight, it really was never necessary, per se. But, everybody forecasts what they forecast. We do our own forecast here, Storm Prediction Center, National Weather Service, AccuWeather, Weather Channel. Everybody does their own forecast these days. And like I said, the weather will do what the weather wants to do overall. So with that little rant that really had nothing to do with anything overall, because I know you were joking with that comment, because I saw your other comment there, Aaron, as a little rant for you tonight. All right, Noah checking in from Central Illinois. Yes, let's pull back up that map here. So once again, severe weather threat early Tuesday morning, maybe even starting off before sunrise Tuesday morning, continuing all the way through late Tuesday night and into early Wednesday morning. NOAA there in central Illinois. You can see much of central Illinois is in a level 2 severe thunderstorm risk for much of Tuesday. That essentially means widely scattered severe thunderstorms are likely in addition to your normal rain and thunderstorm potential. By checking in from the Kane County area, you're getting some showers and thunderstorms in your area tonight. Maybe can't rule out an isolated severe thunderstorm threat. And then as we work through the morning and afternoon hours on Tuesday, you could see some additional showers, thunderstorms, and maybe some severe weather threat as well. You're quite welcome there, Mr. Davis. Leo checking in from Crest Hill with a thunderstorm. Sammy checking in. No, we are not expecting any sort of derecho across the state tonight. Lindsay checking in from Woodstock, mentioning you got some storms approaching your area tonight from Wisconsin. Yep, that's that additional activity that's starting to develop around your area. Tiffany with heavy rain in Plainfield right now. Danny out in Waterman right now. You're getting some showers and thunderstorms in your area. Actually, a pretty good shower and thunderstorm across parts of Kane and Kane and DeKalb counties right now, even extending almost down to Joliet right now. Pretty good thunderstorm moving in. Let's move back here to the current radar. You can see that activity moving through right now. Brett wondering if the storms right now will have any effect on the Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon storms. No, they probably will not have an impact, especially on anything that happens later tomorrow. What's going on will not have effect on that. Amanda wondering if there's still the potential of a derecho. Really, the threat of that was not always excessively high. Sometimes these Facebook weather pages like to get hyped up about certain kinds of weather events, and then they start to talk about them a lot, and it gets everybody else talking about them. There was a potential, maybe, not to rule it out across parts of Minnesota and Wisconsin, but down here in Illinois, it didn't look like a big threat for that sort of deal. Karen here checking in. Why, I believe I said that correctly, sorry if I didn't. Why are there different weather models regarding storm prediction? There are many different weather models. Well, first of all, many different countries have different weather models. So here in America, we have several different weather models. Up in Canada, they have a couple. We look at those because they do cover the United States as well. Off in Europe, there's the European model, the UK model. Those are global models, which we also use for weather here in the US. There's also a Japan model, there's an Australian model, a Brazilian model, a Japanese weather model. There are many different weather models that are run by different meteorology outlets across the world, and we use those here, some of them, not all of them, because some of them are pretty bad, but some of them are pretty good to decent, like the European model. We often talk about that model, especially during the winter, because it does forecast weather across the United States pretty well as well. So those are global models. Then we have the high-resolution, more short-term models that are more based for only U.S. or at least smaller portions of the U.S., and those are the convective allowing models that generally do better during the warm season with severe weather than they will do during most of the time with cold season activity. And when I should add to that, when forecasting, we just don't look at one weather model. We usually take a bunch of them, usually the better performing ones, and put those together to create our forecast. Now, sometimes we tend to shy away sometimes with what the weather forecast models are showing if we think they're inaccurate based on, past history or sometimes based on real-time observations. The weather models will be off and we'll be like, okay, well, we're going to toss that and we're going to go with a little bit of a different thinking because based on real-time observations, sometimes you could tell whether or not the weather models are correct. We have Stefan checking in here with a report of quarter-size hail in southern DeKalb. Stefan, if you happen to have a picture of that hail, definitely send that to us and we will relay that to the National Weather Service for you. All right, here, see Marie checking in from Lauderdale Lakes. That's up in Wisconsin. I actually have to Google that really quickly here just to find out where that's located. Here, give me 1 second. So that is southern Wisconsin. Okay, that's not too far from the Lake Geneva area. So you've had some showers and thunderstorms moving through your area here this evening, and you're still having some continuing the next couple of hours, some showers, thunderstorms, isolated severe weather threat, and then very late tonight, early Tuesday morning, perhaps as early as 2, 3 o'clock in the morning through sunrise time frame, you could have more potential for some showers and thunderstorms up there, maybe isolated severe weather potential. Melanie checking in regarding Grundy County for tonight. Some showers, thunderstorms, maybe an isolated severe weather threat. Debbie checking in from the Wisconsin Dells area. There has been some showers and thunderstorms near that area this evening, the Wisconsin Dells area, especially just south of there. They could get in a little bit more activity very late tonight or tomorrow morning that could have a severe weather threat along with it as well. Danny checking in back from the Waterman area, mentioning you're getting a pretty good storm right now. Any tornado risk? No, pretty much the severe weather risk, the biggest risks for both tonight if we see an isolated severe thunderstorm and into the day on Tuesday. Biggest risk is going to be damaging winds. Could see some large hail with activity. You never want to rule out an isolated tornado threat, so there is one for tomorrow, but definitely by far the damaging wind risk and the secondary risk of some large hail are the bigger of the risks. Brendan wondering if this storm broke the cap. So these storms that are moving through across southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois tonight are elevated. They are elevated tonight, so there still is some capping in place, especially as you head further west, like out towards the Quad Cities area. It is dry out there tonight. There's a cap in place, so even though it's humid, it's warm, a lot of instability out towards the Quad Cities area tonight. You're not getting any shower or thunderstorm activity like the folks in the Chicago area are, because you have a big cap in place right now that's preventing that development from occurring out across that area. Caitlin checking in, Sugar Grove, DeKalb, Joliet. Yes, they're getting some pretty good thunderstorms in that area right now. Let's see here. Katie checking in from western Illinois. The Kewanee area. Yes, you will have a severe weather risk Tuesday, especially, let's say, later Tuesday morning through early Tuesday night out there in Kewanee. That's out there in western Illinois area. Ben checking in from DeKalb with quarter-size hail. If you have that quarter-size hail report, let me actually relay that here. All right, so if you're having any hail right now out there in the DeKalb County area, if it's quarter size or larger, send that report to us if you have a picture too. We will forward that over to the National Weather Service for you. Tessa checking in from Fayette County regarding the morning. No, not expecting anything down there during the morning hours. Your threat will be more so during the day into the night on Tuesday down across that area. Sean checking in from Plainfield. Isolated severe weather threat tomorrow, especially morning during the day for your area. Damaging winds, hail, the biggest threat. Never want to rule out an isolated tornado threat, but that's pretty darn low. Homer Glen area, Stazik checking in here tonight. Some showers, thunderstorms, wouldn't rule out an isolated severe thunderstorm. Couple of folks tuning in from the DeKalb County area are reporting quarter-size hail. Now, as of this moment, I don't believe there's a severe thunderstorm warning in effect, but if you folks in DeKalb County are seeing some quarter-size hail, that's technically a severe thunderstorm, because quarter-size hail is the cutoff. That's 1-inch size hail. Quarter size hail is the cutoff for a thunderstorm to be considered severe or not for hail. So if you're getting that hail in the DeKalb area right now, that's quartered size, definitely could be a severe thunderstorm with that right now. Like I said, looking at things, it doesn't look like there's a warning out for that storm right now. Let me try to get my radar up here really quickly, and we'll take a better look at that storm for you folks in DeKalb County here. Give me 1 second here to try to pull this up here. So here we go. We're looking at the Chicago metro area right now. Zooming in here. This would be the DeKalb, Kane County, and Will County area here, Kendall County, that's being affected by some shower thunderstorm activity right now. Let's head over to the vertically integrated liquid product here. This sometimes shows you where there's a better shot of seeing some hail. And you can see here there's some cores in here where you're probably getting some hail right now. And I take it that's what produced that quarter-size hail across portions of DeKalb County a short time ago. So like I said, there is no severe thunderstorm warning in effect right now, but for you folks that are seeing that quarter-size hail right now, that would be considered a severe thunderstorm here. So this looks like it's pretty much just to the southeast of DeKalb now, very close to Hinckley, Caneville. I know Big Rock is out there as well. This would be to the southwest of Elburn, coming near the Sugar Grove area right now. We do have a few of you reporting some quarter-size hail with that activity, so thank you for those reports. We will relay that off towards the National Weather Service. Continuing on here, see some more folks tuning in from northern Illinois. We have Mike in Rockford. We have Nancy in Wheaton. We have Kelly in Downer Grove area. We have good old Jeff checking in from Palos Park as well. And see several other of you folks tuning in as well. Northern Illinois, some of you folks, pretty much from I-39 on east across the Chicago area, we have been seeing some showers and thunderstorms tonight. Still continuing to watch the potential for maybe an isolated severe thunderstorm. We do have a thunderstorm in the DeKalb, Kane County area that a few of you have reported some quarter-size hail on. So technically that is a severe thunderstorm, even though there is no warning at this point in time. And let me just relay this to the National Weather Service. All right, so relayed that little bit of information. Thank you, Ben, for that picture. I will send that over to them as well, but it does look like we have a little bit of quarter-size hail with the storm very close to the Hinckley area right now, just to the west of Sugar Grove. That's right there near the border of Kane and DeKalb counties right now. So let's continue on here. See, many of you asking about derecho. So that was a lot of, not hype per se, but a lot of talk from some of those other social media weather pages. Was it possible that there was going to be a big complex of severe thunderstorms that could have produced some good damaging winds up across parts of Wisconsin and Minnesota tonight? Yes. Could that still happen? Yes. Will it be a derecho up there or not? Maybe. You never, you don't want to rule it out. Is that going to come down here as a derecho? Probably not. Was it expected to? There was a low chance. Don't want to rule it out. There was a low chance, but is it going to still happen? Probably not, as it looks at this point in time. Norman checking in from down in northern Woodford County. From, I'd say, mid-morning on Tuesday all the way into Tuesday night, you'll have the chance for maybe a couple of clusters of showers, thunderstorms, and severe weather potential. Same goes for Allison down in the Pontiac area as well. Lisa checking in from Yorkville with some hail right now. And it looks like the National Weather Service just issued a warning, but it's actually a flash flood warning. So there's a flash flood warning in effect now from parts of DeKalb, Kane, Kendall, and Will counties here, because this activity has developed and it's now training over the same areas But on top of that, we just had some very heavy rainfall across these areas back on Saturday night, just 2 days ago. So on top of that heavy rainfall from a couple days ago, now we're getting this training activity. National Weather Service has now issued a flash flood warning. All right, here, let's try to scroll through here, see if we can get to... if any of you are seeing hail, any of you are seeing hail, can you please let me know exactly where you're at, what town. You don't have to tell me what road you're at or your address, but let me know what town you are in and what size that hail would be. I'll pass all that information off to the National Weather Service for you. All right, here. So as we continue on here, I do want to go back over to our forecast graphic here because we do have the chance of more organized severe weather coming up, and that's going to be from very early Tuesday morning, maybe prior to sunrise Tuesday morning across northern Illinois, and that is going to continue through much of the day on Tuesday and then also into Tuesday night, perhaps even into very early Wednesday morning as well. We're going to see a more organized severe weather threat across the state here. All right, here, let's check in back to the video chat. Lisa, I see you say it was pea-size hail. Thank you very much for that. I will relay that. Audrey checking in from Crest Hill. Nothing to be nervous about. You're just getting some showers, thunderstorms, maybe an isolated severe thunderstorm that could produce a little bit of hail. Definitely nothing to be worried about or anxious about in your neck of the woods. Brian, wondering if the Storm Prediction Center needs to reissue that severe thunderstorm watch. No, there's absolutely no reason to do that at this point in time. There's actually no severe thunderstorm warnings in effect anywhere across southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois. Yes, we've had this thunderstorm move through with a little bit of hail across parts of DeKalb County. It seems up to quarter size, so maybe an isolated severe thunderstorm there, but there is no sort of widespread or organized severe weather ongoing, or it's not expected over the next several hours that would warrant any sort of watch being issued for the next several hours. That is for sure. Yes, I see many of you folks tuning in talking about the flash flood warning. So this green box that you see here, this is that flash flood warning that has been issued here across northern Illinois, and it stretches pretty much from near DeKalb down through the Yorkville, Oswego area, and then down to the Joliet, Plainfield area as well. So that's parts of DeKalb, Kane, Kendall, down into parts of Will County, and that is because these thunderstorms are very slow-moving. They're training over the same area, and you have to factor in that we had some very heavy rainfall over these areas just a couple days ago on Saturday night. So that is why that flash flood warning has been issued. So some areas might pick up a quick 1 to 2 inches of rain or so in this corridor here. This is what we call localized heavy rainfall and localized flooding. So if we ever use those words, localized heavy rainfall, localized flooding, this is exactly what we're talking about. So as you can see here, as I zoom out here, this is only a very small area of northern Illinois here that's getting this heavy activity now. So that's why we, what we mean by localized heavy rainfall, localized flooding. It's affecting a very small area across the state of Illinois here. All right, here, see many of you folks tuning in, mentioning you're getting some good light shows tonight. Yes, because there's a lot of moisture and stability advecting in. The storms are producing a lot of lightning as well. These are good summertime thunderstorms here. Caitlin, wondering why you did not get any sort of wireless emergency alert on your phone for the flash flood warning. That is because for a flash flood warning to send an alert over your phone, that's called WEA, the wireless emergency alert. In order to get that alert on your phone for a flash flood warning, it needs to be a considerable flash flood warning. And this particular flash flood warning does not have a considerable tag on it. So that is why you did not get that alert on your particular device at this point in time. Julie, no tornadoes in Oswego, just some very heavy rainfall, maybe a little bit of hail in your area right now. So with that said here, let's just do a summary here. We've been on for quite a while now. I don't even know how long anymore here. But let's do a summary here of what we are expecting. So let's actually go back to the wide view of the radar here really quickly, just to give you a reset of what we have going on here tonight. So right now, we do have some showers and thunderstorms that have been going on the past several hours across southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois. Now, we have not seen much in the way of severe weather with this activity. However, as we go through the next couple of hours, we'll still be watching for some additional showers and thunderstorms across northern Illinois tonight. Like I said, the next couple of hours. Wouldn't rule out an isolated severe weather threat with some of that activity. That would mainly be in the form of maybe some hail. We've already seen a little bit of hail recently around the DeKalb area, up to quarter size. Now, the next thing we're going to be watching for is this big complex of thunderstorms, even some severe thunderstorms across northern Wisconsin. What we're expecting to have happen is this is going to start to track east and then towards the southeast overnight. That may clip parts of northern Illinois during the morning hours on Tuesday. And we may also see some development of activity along the boundary moving through Tuesday morning as well. So as we move back to our weather forecast model here, let me go backwards really quickly here. So here we go with Tuesday morning. This is what I'm talking about. We may get clipped by a complex of thunderstorms Tuesday morning, and we may see some development Tuesday morning across parts of northern Illinois. Isolated severe weather threat with that activity. Then, as we head into midday, early afternoon, some of that may linger into central Illinois. And then as we head through the rest of the day, we're really going to be watching for a lot of development of activity out here in the vicinity and ahead of a frontal boundary. And once that development occurs, we could see clusters of showers and thunderstorms traverse a large portion of the state of Illinois with severe thunderstorm potential from during the day Tuesday into Tuesday night. And as you can see here, perhaps even lingering into Wednesday morning for some areas as well. So flipping back over here to our severe thunderstorm forecast. This is from very early Tuesday morning here. This would be from the early morning hours on Tuesday prior to sunrise all the way through early Wednesday morning. Level 1 severe thunderstorm risk for northeastern Illinois right on down here into southern Illinois. That's a level 1 isolated severe thunderstorm risk. You'll also notice this big green area here, much of central western Illinois from Quad Cities down to the Quincy, St. Louis, Springfield, Peoria, Bloomington, Decatur, Lincoln areas. Widely scattered severe thunderstorm risk here through the day on Tuesday. Damaging winds, hail, the biggest risks on Tuesday. Don't want to rule out an isolated tornado threat, but by far damaging winds and then secondary risk of some hail on Tuesday. So with that said here, let's go back over to our current radar because it does look like the National Weather Service has now finally issued a severe thunderstorm warning here for portions of Kendall, Will, Grundy, and Kane County. This storm is capable and also, based on the reports from some of you folks, has a history of producing some large hail with it. And not large hail, but hail, quarter-size hail possible with some of this activity. Let's go back and look over the vertically integrated liquid product. This shows you where it is possible some hail is falling right now. So in the vicinity near the Yorkville area, there's some cores here, maybe with a little bit of hail. Down here near the Minooka, Elwood area. Another core here just to the east of Hinckley. So there are a couple of hail cores in here where you may be seeing a little bit of hail activity at this point in time. And I do see we have some reports, Melissa checking in with a little bit of hail right now. Going back up here, Caitlin checking in with a little bit of hail as well. Megan in Plano. We have Andrea in Yorkville with pea-size hail. So some of you folks down there in the Kane, Kendall, Will County area, from Sugar Grove down through Yorkville, eventually towards Joliet, picking a little bit of hail as well. I see some of you tuning in here mentioning you're getting those text alerts with our text alert service. Yes, if you want to sign up for that, we could post that link here probably tomorrow, but it's weathertextalert.com. And let me actually pull that up for you. It'd probably be easier. Hold on one second. All right, so if you want to sign up for those weather text alerts, this is the website right there. I just put it in the chat for you all. Pretty much when a severe thunderstorm warning, tornado warning, some winter warnings, winter storm warnings, I think blizzard warnings, covers a couple different things there. But when those are issued, the alert service sends a text message to your phone alerting you that you are part of that watch or that warning. So I know some of you just tuned in with that fact that you just picked up that text alert for those of you in the severe thunderstorm warnings. And the text alerts, they're cheap. It's only pretty much about 89 cents a month, which comes out to, Brian just checked in here, about $10 a year. So it's pretty much the price for a Starbucks coffee or two in the span of a day or two for some of you folks. So it's very cheap, but you get those alerts directly to your phone, and you get them as soon as the warnings are issued. All right, so continuing on here. Yes, these storms are moving very slowly right now. That is why the flash flood warning was issued here for portions of this corridor from the Sugar Grove, Yorkville, Oswego areas, Plainfield down through Joliet area, very close to the Minooka, Manhattan area. You folks are both under a severe thunderstorm warning, maybe hail up to quarter size, and you're also under a flash flood warning. You may pick up a quick inch or two, I was about to say, of snow. It's of rain. Wrong time of year. So that's why that flash flood warning is in effect at this point in time for those areas. All right here. So with that said, I think we'll go ahead and wrap things up for tonight. Like I said, we do have some showers and some thunderstorms in the vicinity of the far western and southwestern reaches of the Chicago metro area right now. Some other areas across northern Illinois still picking up some showers as well. So pretty much if you are in this corridor here from Rockford down through Waukegan, down through the Chicago area, maybe perhaps as far south as the Kankakee area, you folks will continue to see some scattered showers and thunderstorms over the next couple of hours tonight. Continuation of an isolated severe thunderstorm threat at time. Localized heavy rainfall, localized flooding with some of this activity. Then attention is going to turn to more activity being possible from very early Tuesday morning. We may see another round of activity northern Illinois, perhaps as early as before sunrise Tuesday morning, continuing into the morning hours, and then additional activity across the state throughout the daytime on Tuesday, into Tuesday night, perhaps lingering into the Wednesday morning time frame as well. Yes, Kirsten checking in. Yes, hail is the main threat with any isolated severe weather activity tonight. Yeah, as we head into Tuesday, we'll also include damaging winds to the biggest threat factor as well. Megan checking in, mentioning bigger hail in Plainfield now. Logan, hail is up to quarter size with some of this activity right now to the south and west of the Chicago metro area. Megan actually checking in here. Looks like you're getting quarter size hail in Plano right now. So let me forward that. So you're getting some quarters in the Plano area right now. Just relayed that report for you. Thank you for that report, Megan. Mr. Davis, tornado chances on Tuesday are what I would call non-zero. That means very low, not big enough to make a big deal out of, but they're not zero either. So that's what I would call non-zero tornado threat. Like I said, low enough to be very low, not a big deal, but not totally zero either. So pretty much a very isolated chance overall. Definitely damaging winds, and then secondary risk of some large hail, the biggest shot. But as we continue here, once again, we are going to be dealing with a severe weather chance across the state from very early Tuesday morning into Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning. As you can see, that's what this forecast graphic is here for on the screen. But as you can see tonight with the showers and thunderstorms, very isolated severe weather risk as well. One more question here from Scott. The storms up in Minnesota, Wisconsin. Wondering if those will make it down here. Maybe they may clip us. They may clip us or lead to a little bit of redevelopment across northern Illinois in the morning. Maybe an isolated severe weather risk with some of that activity. I see Robert checking in here from Aurora, mentioning there's sirens in Aurora right now. If there are sirens, it definitely shouldn't be weather-related because there is nothing that would lead to the need for any sort of sirens in the Aurora area right now. So if you do happen to hear them, do not be worried because there is nothing that would prompt the need for tornado sirens or anything like that in the Aurora area right now. Sarah checking in from northern Michigan. If you're in the UP, there's some showers and thunderstorms with a severe weather chance up there tonight. If you're in northern lower Michigan, big complex of thunderstorms in northern Wisconsin will head your way as we head into later tonight and into Tuesday morning as well. Could have some severe weather with that. Logan, you have some activity moving into Will County right now, actually. Parts of Will County under a severe thunderstorm warning at this point in time. And with that, we will wrap this discussion up for tonight. We'll continue to monitor the showers and thunderstorms going on across northern Illinois tonight. Like I said, outside chance of a couple isolated severe thunderstorms. And then we'll be looking at a better chance of severe weather from early Tuesday morning all the way through Wednesday morning. Not only a better chance of severe weather, but more widespread rain and thunderstorm activity across the state as well. One more comment here I wanted to check on. Angela checking in from Yorkville. A lot of hail right now. If you want to leave a message with us, let us know how big that hail gets, and we will relay that report to the National Weather Service. Amanda, no tornado threat tonight across Will County. So with that said, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. We'll watch things tonight, and then we'll be back on the morning with another full update regarding the severe weather threat expected across much of the day Tuesday from early in the morning through late at night on Tuesday. Everybody have a great night, and we'll see you in the morning.